fighter of the year. To me, it was difficult to consider anybody else. We did see, a few undisputed champions this year, and I think obviously Canelo has the strongest case. He beat the best opposition this year, in my opinion, out of the other undisputed champions, and some people won't even consider Kambosos undisputed, right? But that's another debate. I just think Canelo, started off the year with Yildirim, mandatory. We knew that was going to be what it was. And then he went ahead and stopped the other two remaining champions at 168. Faced Callum Smith December of 2020. So that one technically doesn't count for this calendar year. But I think he had a tremendous run. And that's my pick for fighter of 2021.
Hey, all right, Sean, comics fake. You guys want to take the next one?
Sean.
Sure, yeah. I think for fighter, for me, I agree. It's Canelo. Ultimately, he didn't just. It's not that he gained undisputed. He won 2 of those titles in this calendar year. Both of those titles were against undefeated world champions. One of them was an undefeated multi-division world champion, and he did it in Canelo fashion, right? So they were both, big stoppage wins. So I think that when you look at what he was able to accomplish, even though there are a lot of great fights this year, I think if you're just lining up accolades and opponents, what Canelo accomplished within this year is difficult to challenge.
Clyde?
Gotta agree. It's got to be Canelo, and I mean he's doing it in such a devastating fashion, just beating up on these guys that are bigger. A lot of people don't, forget that these guys that he's fighting are bigger than him, and now he's going up to cruiser to fight. So it depends on how he does there. If he's going to end up winning fighter of the year next year as well, but it's got to be Canelo. Maybe honorable mention to, since it is going to be Canelo, I can only think of who would be the next person after him. Maybe Usyk.
Yeah.
Having a big fight.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question after Chris gave his pick. Who would we consider for second? Since for us at least it's clear that it's Canelo. But Chris, we'll let you give your pick first. Maybe have somebody else. Maybe Jake Paul. I don't know.
But
who's your
but
fighter
Crawford?
of the year, and who would you consider second?
Now, for me, like you mentioned, it's just like I mentioned previous, it's an award for second place. Canelo, clear runaway. Everything you guys just mentioned, just clear favorite. To me, Alexander Usyk, as I just mentioned, I think he had a huge year. Just last year, we were mentioning how he had not much of a, he was struggling with the heavyweight division. Is it a mistake going up and challenging Joshua so soon? Is it a mistake, him being 6'3", jumping into that division? I think he's chewing more than what he can handle, and he proved us wrong, and he proved us wrong in amazing fashion. Taking out Anthony Joshua, almost knocking him out, taking all those titles, and just showing us that, fucking size doesn't make much of a difference. It's all about that skill. It's all that skill set. And to me, if he had 2 more fights, he would have run away, in my opinion, with fighter of the year, because he did something harder than Canelo. He took on a bigger, seemingly, tougher opponent. Canelo was always going to beat those guys. He was always going to beat Caleb Plant. He was always going to beat Billy Joe. There was a big question mark when it came to Alexander Usyk going into the heavyweight division, and he kind of passed it with flying colors. I was tuned in every second of that fight with Joshua. Again, it was only one fight in 2021, so not enough for me to give him fight of the year, but close second. And again, it's all Canelo. All Canelo, undisputed, doing stuff that no other fighter has, dared to do in the last 10, 15 years. So it's freaking hard to not pick Canelo.
GOAT.
I cannot.
That's right, the GOAT.
Yeah, I think other guys to consider, maybe Josh Taylor. He won all the championships at 40. Some people may say Kambosos. To me, more of a revelation of the year, more so than fighter of the year, but he had a huge win. as the underdog, and obviously Usyk, but yeah, I think it's undisputed that it's Canelo.
Hey, undisputed. Good one.